there's no podcast out there where a father and a son are doing a podcast together, especially a dad and a son who's like 8 years old. Nobody out there is doing that kind of podcast. So what do you think kids your age would want to hear out of me and you talking?
Comedy.
Funny stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like funny stuff. And then we also talk about like nonsense, like, I don't know, business, work, but mostly joking around, right? I mean, we do joke around a lot. What are you doing? We're recording right now. What are you doing? The dog. We have a poodle in the building. This guy just sitting next to me. So, what do you think we should talk about, like, sometimes in our show? Like, what do you think kids need to learn about, or what they're interested? Like, say a lot of kids don't talk to their dad nowadays.
Okay.
What is something that you can talk to your dad about, or me? Something you can talk to me about that you think kids are not talking about with their dads? Am I asking two tough questions here?
Comedy.
No, that's true. I know you're stuck on comedy. You're stuck on comedy. But yeah, you're right. That's one thing too, that we joke around a lot together. We do jokes and stuff like that, and I think a lot of parents don't joke around with their kids enough. I don't know, because my parents never joked around with me a lot. My dad was kind of funny, but he was like not there. Makes a big difference in comedy with your parents when they have to actually be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe some kids out there who hear this podcast, maybe they don't have parents, so maybe I can share some of those stories about parents that suck and can't get a job because they're lazy, whatever. So yeah, man, comedy. You keep talking about comedy.
I thought we were gonna wait. So we're doing like a commercial kind of thing?
No, like we're doing like, okay. Have you ever watched a podcast before?
I hear it.
Or hear it?
Dude, in the car, you always put one on. Yes.
Yeah, I hear it, like the Joe Rogan podcast,
Yeah.
or I listen to, a new one is Aubrey Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just two people just chilling and talking. But what makes a podcast unique is like me and you, like our relationship, things that we talk about and we joke about. That's what makes it different. Like Joe Rogan, the one I listen to, interviews a lot of comedians, so you might like that, hearing about a lot of comedians and what they like to do and how they come up with their funny stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to try to take a crack out of your comedy here?
Do you want to do it? Or
you go first, man.
I'll
here
go
yapping
first.
away, man. People are
Okay.
gonna just shut this thing off and say this old man with, stupid hair is gonna just keep talking.
Okay, well, I went to the mall. I found this VR place. I was at it. Okay. I saw this guy.
Yeah.
So, in the game, there was like these robots. I don't know. I think he was lonely because this is him. Okay, to the robots. He was asking to talk. So he was trying to talk to him. So he was like, talk to me. And at that
He was talking to the robots?
Yeah.
Like, how big were the robots? Was he like,
Well, it was like
actual human size and
was
the
like-
robots are little?
it was like a character, and then so they weren't speaking, and he was like, talk to me.
So stupid.
Here, I'll give you a demonstration.
All right, but do it in the camera so they can see, because you're gonna cheat them out of your demonstration.
Why won't you talk to me? Just talk. And at that point, he took off the headset and wanted to throw it, but he got in trouble. So
Where did this happen?
at the VR place.
The virtual reality.
Yeah. So at that point, I just walked away and saw someone else.
So so when we were there, I think when Charlie was on or I was on,
Yeah.
you were walking around and seeing people do dumb stuff at the virtual reality
Yeah.
place. Yeah, man. Like I saw some guy like, probably shouldn't say in the podcast, but grab his private part while he was. Hey man, when you gotta scratch your butt, I mean you gotta scratch it. So like he's always trying to do it, and it's like a shooting game, and he starts scratching his butt, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'm not gonna want to use that thing after you used it, you know.
No,
But,
and then another guy. I walked up to another guy. You know how there's like a wall? There's a wall. He was He was like this and like asleep. I told him, wake up, dude. Your time's running out. And then he's like, oh, you messed up my dream, man. It's okay. It was about poop. And then I'm like, oh, no problem. He's like, no, thanks, the bad kind. I love poop. And then
what? Wait. You threw a lot of information out there, even though you didn't say much.
And at that point,
okay, a dude was falling
left.
asleep while he was doing virtual reality.
Yes.
That's like okay, if he was my child, I would probably slap him. Like, dude, you're wasting my money sleeping during virtual reality.
No,
like,
it was
dude,
like a teenager.
Okay, I would still slap him. I'd probably, like, you know, give him 2 slaps, you know? Like, dude, you're wasting money. What was it? It was like $10 for 7 minutes? Dude, like, you walk out of there spending $30 for 3 of us. The least you can do is not fall asleep. I mean, dude.
And at that point, I just left.
Not the good kind. I like poop. Okay, maybe you can answer this for me.
Okay.
Come back to the camera, man. Maybe you can answer this for me. What is the deal with you guys, like the younger kids, being obsessed with poop? Like that little character, I'm seeing it everywhere now. I mean, you even have a little hat. I see it everywhere.
Hold on.
They're making an emoji movie, and like I wonder if the poop is gonna be in there.
There is. Hold on. Stay there. I'm gonna bring the hat.
All right, bring the hat.
Talk to the people while you.
Yeah. Okay. So he's hopping himself to the other room to get the emoji poop hat. Close the door, man.
Are you talking about this?
Dude, I'm talking about this. Like, this is crazy. Who would imagine that kids like you guys would get obsessed about poop?
We have a beanbag of that thing too. Like
I
it's
think
huge.
when you guys get older,
Yeah.
since you guys like poop, you're probably gonna like have kids and enjoy cleaning a kid's poop.
What?
You're gonna be the first generation of people that like cleaning their kids' butts full of poop because you guys like it so much. So have you seen?
I don't think that's true.
Have you seen a trailer of the Emoji Movie?
Yeah, I have. And at the end, the dad is talking to the son, and he's saying, the dad is like, now what should we do? Because they just went to the bathroom, and then he's like, the son is like, should we wash our hands? And after they're laughing, and they're like, we're number 2. We're number 2. And then they just leave.
They gotta have the poop, man, I guess, you know. But that's so weird. Like when you first got a cell phone, you would send me the poop thing. And I'm like,
I remember.
what is up with this guy sending me poop? Like, I'm not even talking about poop and you send poop. Like, hey, can you make sure to remind Charlie to do his chores? Poop.
I remember.
Dude, man.
But I remember this was originally ice cream. This was supposed to be ice cream, but then people made fun of it and they called it poop, and now everyone's saying it's poop.
Yeah, I told you it looked like poop when you bought it. Like, you and Charlie got one. Wait, did you and Charlie get it at the same time, or you got one first, right? And then he got one?
Yeah. I got one for 200 tickets at the Corvette Diner.
Look, everyone, this is why I work a lot to buy this. Yeah, exactly, yeah. I even have a side business just to buy more poop. All right, yeah. That was a good joke, man. That was pretty. You got any more? That was good.
That's all I thought of.
I never thought about that. And I did see that guy scratch his butt, and I just didn't even think about that because I'm like trying to take notes all day of what I think is funny.
Your turn.
Oh, yeah, my turn. Well, you keep talking about like comedy, and like I wish like that I had the opportunity to get involved in comedy when I was younger. It would have been fun, trying it out.
Uh-huh.
And I think you see me working hard and have a business and stuff, and you've helped me do my accounting. One day I want to have a lot of money so that I can actually choose to work in something that I actually really like. Remember I tell you, you should always go for the thing that you really like.
Yeah.
First. Don't think about money, think about what you like. So comedy is going to be the thing that I do once I have all my money. So I'm new to comedy, and I think about the fact that one day I'm going to get heckled, like those crazy people that...
Yeah.
You're trying to make people laugh, and there's always that one guy in the group. Hey, you're not funny, man. And they're probably like really drunk, or, yeah, you're gonna get heckled. So that was like, I think, when I was thinking about maybe being a comedian later on, I thought about, man, I'm gonna get heckled one day, and it's gonna suck. Like some guy's gonna pick on me, or if I'm having like a bad night, and I'm not being funny, or at least I think I'm being funny and nobody's laughing. And that one guy, they call it bombing. Say you're bombing one night, and this guy just gets up and just starts yapping away. Hey, you're not funny. Like, dude, like...
Oh.
So, yeah, I was actually watching YouTube videos.
Okay.
About, comedians who get heckled by people in the audience. And like usually, when this happens, comedians like start making fun of them, like pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I was watching these videos of like comedians getting heckled by guys, and then the comedians attacking the guys like with words, and then the guy gets really mad and like goes to beat up the comedian.
Oh my god.
One of the video I saw, dude, the comedian got stabbed.
My god, wait,
Dude,
really?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, this is like terrible. Why do I want to become a comedian? I don't want to get stabbed for trying to tell jokes. It's ridiculous, man.
It's messed up.
I mean, it sounded funny. Like,
yeah.
It's funny now. I think about it. I was watching the video, and like the comedian was saying like a bunch of mean stuff, and the guy got mad, and like the comedian never like took his mouth off the microphone. So the whole time that the guy was coming at him to stab him, he never thought, maybe I should remove the microphone from my mouth. So we heard everything. We're like, he's like, your mom. Hey, dude, no, dude, I'm kidding. Oh! Like, and then you see him fall on the floor, and I'm like, dude, why do you not remove the microphone from your mouth? You're gonna get stabbed. At least let's not let the whole world hear you cry when you get stabbed, Like, I don't know. So, kind of freaked out about getting heckled. But what kind of person... Would you heckle anybody? Like, would you go to a club?
It depends.
Okay, tell me. What would you... Like, what would be a scenario where you would heckle a comedian?
Me heckle a comedian. No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. Because they get really crazy when you do. I've done it once. And I didn't like it after.
Dude, like, I think, like, what kind of person heckles a comedian? Like, what kind of person is that? Like, are they like a lonely person? Are they like a angry person? Like, the day I get heckled, and I know I probably will, I'm gonna like really try to meet that guy. I'm gonna like after the show, I'm gonna take him out to dinner or something, the Cheesecake Factory, and order a bunch of food, and then probably leave. But I want to know what he does. Like, hey, what kind of person are you? Do you have a job? Where do you work? Like, what do you do? What kind of like weirdo decides to heckle a comedian who's trying to get up there and stab jokes? Even worse, like, what kind of guy wants to stab somebody for making jokes? Like, I don't know. So that's one of my biggest fears, to get heckled, but it's gonna happen. I think it happens to every comedian, but they call it bombing. But so that's really what I've been thinking about, hecklers and what kind of people they are. They're probably like fat, lonely guys. Not saying if you're fat you're gonna be lonely, but there are fat, lonely guys out there still. You can be a fat,